So this is an Elddis Crusader Storm. Front of the van works very much the same like all the other vans. You'll hitch the caravan onto the car with the handle at the front here. The handle will always need to be completely upright before you put it onto the car. You wind it down, the handle will drop down and lock into place, and you push down the grey handle here completely so it comes down parallel with the front of the van. To lock it on, you've then got your handbrake and your jockey wheel. Your jockey wheel you'll obviously lift up into place, and the handbrake will be taken off when you tow down the road. Front locker, you've got your gas regulator on the bulkhead with yellow gas isolation valve, so you can turn that 90 degrees to stop the gas supply coming through into the caravan if you ever need to. Then you've got your two gas bottles tied down, which hold two 6 kilogram gas bottles, whether it be propane or butane. On the side of the van here, you've got your wind down leg, as you can see, and you've got one of these on the other side in the same position. You've got your Truma heating flue. You need to remove this cover when you're using the heating and hot water systems. You'll literally pull this cowl cover towards you and it will pop off. Like I said, whenever you ignite anything on gas inside the van, you'll need to make sure that is off. You've then got your water pump connection. That very simply pushes into the side of the van, and then the water pump drops down in the aqua roll in the side of the van. Got your fridge vents. The fridge vents here allow the hot air from the back of the fridge unit to come out the side of the van, and you've got a gas flue on this side for the gas system for the fridge. But like I said, they'll allow the hot air to come out and cool air to go in. Before the caravan's delivered to you, the wheel nuts will be torqued to the correct torque setting, and I believe on this van it's 110 Newton meters. On the back of the van on either side, as you can see, our guys are washing the van at the moment, you've got your wind down leg, and again that'll stabilise the caravan to allow you to use the van internally. You would never lift the caravan with the wind down legs. And also on the back of this caravan you've got your two grey waste pipes where you put your grey waste pipes into. Come around to the other side of the van again. You've got your barbecue gas point on the front here, so you connect your barbecue gas point up to there. You've got your awning warmer, so essentially the hot air from inside the van, if you decide to, can come out into the awning for the caravan as well. You've got your mains power lead going to the power on site, and then you've got your battery terminals which have got quick release connections on them to connect the battery up, and your battery strap to hold it in place. You also got your wind down leg on this side at the front as well. Then got your storage locker, so the storage locker is there so you can access the seating underneath the bed. You've got another storage locker at the back here to access the storage underneath the bed at the rear of the caravan. Then you've got your toilet flush tank. The toilet flush tank takes 3.5 litres of water and a cap full of the blue fluid. Then in the bottom here you have your toilet waste cassette, which you remove by pulling up the yellow handle and pulling the cassette towards you. The neck here will turn out to allow you to tip the waste away. There is actually a yellow pressure relief button also on the back of the cassette, so it allows you to release the pressure from the cassette before you tip the waste away. In that cassette you'll put 1 litre of water and a cap full of the blue fluid prior to use. When we go on to the inside of the caravan now, I'll explain to you how the inside works. So inside the caravan, on the right hand side as you come in the door, you've got the main control panel. You've got your master power switch here, you've got your water level for the onboard water tank, and you've got your water pump fill switch just here. So to fill the water system, if you're going to run from the aqua roll on the outside of the caravan, you'll need to have it on external just here. And you'll need to make sure underneath the seat on the far right hand side of the van that the yellow drain down valve, like most caravans have, is parallel with the floor. If that is parallel with the floor, you'll be able to fill the water system up. However, if that was pointing towards the bottom of the seat, so pointing upwards, it would actually drain all the water from on board the caravan itself. You also have the onboard water tank here, and just down at the back on the left hand side of the white tank, you can't quite see it in the video due to how dark it is underneath the seating area, but there is a blue valve. If you were to use the onboard water tank, you would need to make sure that is in the closed position rather than the open position. At the moment it is open, so there is no water in the van. If you wanted to fill the onboard tank, this tank just here, you'd need to have this black valve open just here. So you'd open that valve up into this position, which will then allow the water to go into the water system and into this tank just here. So to fill it, you'd open all the taps up, whichever way you fill it, whether it be from the onboard tank underneath the seat or the hot water tank from the aqua roll. You'd very simply open all the taps up on the hot side of the water heating. As you can see, I've already filled the system. But you'd open all the taps up on the hot side, whether that be the sink in the kitchen, the sink in the shower or the sink in the washroom. And then you'd either press external to fill the hot water tank from the aqua roll, or if you wanted to run the internal water pump, you could put it onto internal here, and it'll allow the water system to fill from the tank inside of the caravan. Once you've done that, you'll be able to press the water fill button here, and when you've got the water system full, it will go to full on this gauge and indicate to you that the water system is completely filled. At that point, you'd run the water system as normal through the taps, and you could also start warming the water on board the caravan. Now, down below the seat, on the right hand side of the van, you have this button just here, and when that button is turned on, it will actually warm the water on electric. So if you turn that on and you connect it to mains power, it will warm the water system up, and you won't have to use any gas to do that. However, if you want to use gas to warm the water system on board the caravan, you can go to the dial on the opposite side, which you see just here. You can spin the outer dial to the gas option. The green light will appear and the gas system will ignite. Once it has ignited, the green light will stay lit, and if it fails to ignite, that little red light that you've just seen will appear. The reason that's appeared at the moment is we haven't got any gas connected to the caravan. To control the water temperature, if you're on gas, you've got a dial here that you can turn between 30 and 70 degrees. I would advise that if you are showering on board the caravan that you use the gas system as a water system boost to allow the water system to warm up quicker. On the dial to the right that you see just here is a switch for your electric heating. Now, depending on what caravan site you're on, it'll have either 500, 1000 or 2000 watts of power available. As you can see at the moment here on site, I can only run a maximum of 500 watts into the caravan, and then I can control the temperature of the heater on the dial on the front here. If you're on a site where you have 2000 watts of power available, I would advise you take full advantage of that and use the heating system to its full potential. If you wanted to use the gas heating on board the caravan, you can do that also. You've got a dial here on the right hand side, which you can spin round to between 10 and 9. Hold down the gas valve with the gas turned on in the front locker, and in this window down the front of the heater, you'll actually eventually see a pilot light appear. Once it has ignited and you've got a pilot light, you'll hold down the gas valve for a further 5 to 10 seconds, then slowly release the gas valve, and you can control the heat on the dial on top. So that's just your gas controls. On the left hand side, you have your option to run either the heat from the centre of the heater, which is what this dot indicates just here. I can push the switch over to the wave symbol, which will give blown air heating out the vents around the caravan. Or I can have it on thermostated, so it cuts in and out with the thermostat up on the wall. So the A essentially means thermostated, and you've got your fan speed option on top just here. So that's your heating and hot water systems. Cooker works very much like your household cooker, no difference at all, with your electric igniter on the front and your light for inside the oven down the bottom there, as you can see, all working as you'd expect. And like I said, that works very much the same as your household. The fridge, again, very simple to use. To get it to ignite on gas, you'll spin the dial round to the gas option just here, and you won't need to do it on this one, sorry. It will self-ignite on gas, and the pilot light is on top there where the orange light is. Once it's ignited, that orange light will go green to let you know it has ignited on the gas system. If it hasn't ignited, you'll hear the clicking continue for the self-igniter. To use 230 mains, or 240 mains as it's more commonly known, you'll use the 240 just here, the dial, and put it up to the 240 switch, and a green light will appear to let you know you have that operating. On gas or mains, you'll use the dial on the right hand side to control the temperature of the fridge. If you just use 12 volts, so when you're towing the caravan down the road, and you connect it to a car with the right power source coming from it, you can actually use the fridge as a cool box while you're travelling down the road. Like I said, it won't act as a fridge, it will just be a cool box, and you would need to just make sure that you've got it all connected to the car before you turn it on to 12 volts. If not, it will not work. Coming to the back of the caravan, or into the toilet room, sorry, you've got an electric flush on the toilet system just here, which will allow the toilet system to flush. And on the right hand side of the toilet seat, as you sat on it, there'll actually be a grey flap to allow the waste to go down in the toilet cassette in the side of the van. When you are emptying the waste cassette from the inside of the van, You will need to make sure you put the toilet into the straight across position, so essentially it's facing towards the shower. If you don't do this, it won't allow you to remove the cassette from underneath the caravan. The bed at the rear, if you lift the bed up, will actually have storage underneath, which you can also access from the locker on the side of the van. When you're done with the caravan, I'd advise you open all the taps up in the central position. On all of the taps, that's the sink, the shower, the sinks and the showers, and then open up your drain down valves to completely drain the water system down for winter storage, or when you're not using the caravan, because it could potentially freeze and crack. If you have any further questions on the Elddis Crusader Storm, please don't hesitate to call us here at the Caravan Company, and we'd be more than happy to help. Thank you for watching, and we hope you enjoy the caravan.